Hello and welcome to Bryant Systems. Thank you for coming to my YouTube channel today. And what I'm going to talk to you today about is slavery in budget gyms. This is absolutely shocking. Slavery in budget gyms. So what I mean by this is that they're getting the trainers to work in the gyms 20 hours a week with no pay. So it's slavery, it's daylight robbery, and lucky enough, an MP has found out about it and has said to the slavery gyms, budget gyms, to stop doing it, that they need to pay their staff. So for the last couple of years, all these budget gyms have been popping up everywhere. They don't have any staff. Some of them don't have any staff and some of them do. When they don't have any staff, they don't have any towels, they don't have any saunas, they don't have any jacuzzis, so they're saving huge amounts of money. They're just opening up a big area with gym equipment in it and then getting people to go in with a card and come out with a card and then processing it all online. So unfortunately, I know some trainers that are working in the slavery gyms, and these slavery gyms has got him to work for a whole year with no pay, with the promise of getting clients. Now, this to me is totally unacceptable in the year 2000, when these gyms are making £25 to £35 a month off of each member, and they will brag that they've got 20,000 or 3,000 members using their gym. How can they not afford to pay a person to walk the floor or to pay a person to look after the people in the gym? So how they're selling it and how they're ripping off the trainers is saying, right, come and work in our gym. We won't pay you a salary, but you can tap into the clients that are there. So these slavery gyms will have from a region of 10 to 25 trainers in there, all not getting a salary, all trying to get clients, when the trainer's not realising if you work in a budget gym, all they're going to be interested in is a budget price. So if you're a budget trainer and you're training for £25, £35, by the time you pay your tax, your national insurance, your mortgage, your rent, your fees to drive around in your car, or whatever transport you're using, you're going to have no money. Then the other thing is, if you're working 20 hours a week for that gym, you need to do 20 hours of PT. And if you're not doing 20 hours of PT, which is really hard to do, on doing a 20-hour working week as well as a 20-hour PT. I don't know any PT that's been in the industry as long as me that even does that. Because working one-to-one with people is very tiring. It's not something that you can do for 40 hours a week, period. And if you're trying to give health to the client and you're stressed and tired and you've got no energy yourself, how can you give what you haven't got? It's as simple as that. So I'm pleased that the government is getting involved in these budget gyms that are duping or lying to the trainer and saying, work for us for 20 hours a week for nothing, no payment, slave labour. How is that allowed? Why has them gyms not been closed down? They've got 3,000 members, £25, you work out the maths. If they buy the equipment outright, they've got no rent to pay apart from on the building. So their overheads can't be that much. What a rip-off. It's the worst thing I've heard so far apart from shit camps and cross shit, which I've already done the video on. So please like and subscribe there. Please subscribe. Please share the video with as many people, as many trainers as you can, so we can get the word out there, so these budget shit gyms either close down or change the way that they work. Well, I spoke to my friend today, and the person said that in the summer, they've got to sign a new contract, and now they're going to be paid. They should have been paid in the first place. The same as Nuffield Health is doing the same thing. The trainer only gets paid when he gets a client. The client pays £45, £50. The trainer gets £12.50. But the trainer's getting £12.50 only when he's got a client. So me being in the industry for 18 years, your clients will be 2 or 3 in the morning if you're lucky, 1 or 2 in the afternoon, and 1 or 2 in the evening if you're lucky, depending on how many trainers there is. So fundamentally, you can't run a business and you can't be successful on that pay scale. So these gyms need to be put up in the Houses of Commons like it happened before when the fitness industry was put out in the media about there being no qualification for trainers and that anybody could train anybody without a bit of paper. But they need to do this with the building game as well. Anyone could be a builder and say that they're a roof tiler or a window fitter, but they've got no qualifications or anything that they've studied to do that. So they changed the fitness industry in that perspective, which is really, really good. But now you've got these slave labour, cheap gyms, which are now ripping off people that are working there. No salary, no payment, but you can build your client base and there's 20 other trainers and you're the 21st trainer when there's probably only 5 or 6% of people out of that 3,000 members that want PT. And they're going to want it at £25. See where the industry's going backwards? You should be a minimum of £50 anywhere that you work. And if you've got to pay a gym rent of £1,000 and you've got to pay your mortgage of £500 a month and you've got to pay your council tax, your TV licence, and you've got to feed yourself, can you see where having a low rate does not work from how high inflation has gone over the last couple of months or last couple of years? So it's really, really important that if you're a new trainer, do not work in a cheap gym and expect to earn lots of money. And do not proselytise yourself by working in a cheap gym and giving away your time on hoping that you're going to get clients. Especially if there's already 20, 30 client trainers there already. It doesn't mean it's going to be successful for you if you're the last person in the door. You're going to scrape in the barrel to get new clients. So please, please, please make sure that you spread this video so everybody knows and the people that join them gyms know that the staff are not getting paid. It's slave labour. I don't know in any other industry where this is allowed. An MP wouldn't go and sit in the Houses of Commons unless they're getting their £88,000 a year. A lawyer wouldn't see you unless he's getting his £150 or whatever he's getting an hour. A dentist wouldn't see you unless he was getting his extra amount of money per hour. A doctor doesn't see you unless he's getting his 100 grand a year. Can you see my point? So why can the fitness industry bring in these cheap cut shit gym? No, I've seen the gyms. The gyms are really good, but the way they're setting it up for the PT to try and run their business is absolutely diabolical. It is a joke. Now, when I worked at Fitness First many, many moons ago, I went in there as a motivator and I got a salary, but I hated being a motivator and I was motivated to being a trainer. So within 3 or 4 weeks of doing that, I was training people and earning money, and I had other clients, so I was getting an income coming in. So if you're just coming into the industry and you're working at one of these cheap shit gyms, as in they're cheap and shit as in a way of they may not have quality trainers because they're also desperate for work, they've just got their qualification, they're taking them on because they lack experience and they're not going to stand up and go, why are you not paying me? This is slave labour. I feel really, my friend's going to watch this video and I feel really, really I really feel for him, and I said to him the other week, maybe you should come out of the fitness industry, because if you've got no clients in this gym within a year, or you've only had one or two, you've only earned under £1,000 in a year. Nobody can work for £1,000 for a whole year unless you're unemployed. You may be able to get away with it. So maybe we should call the cheap gyms the unemployed gyms. Get the unemployed people working in there. So then they get their benefits from the unemployed system. They can get their experience and work with clients. Maybe that's what they should do. And not have freelance trainers in there that have got to pay a mortgage, pay rent, got all these, outgoings as a older adult or, a working adult. So please comment, please subscribe, please let me know what you think of this video. I'm going to upload this video in the morning. I'm doing it tonight for my hot chocolate. And be well, be happy. I still love the fitness industry, but obviously the 2 videos I've put out there is showing where it's going backwards. It's really sad. It is really, really sad. That things are going backwards, and that trainers like my friend is being ripped off, totally ripped off. Lucky enough, he's found 4 new clients, but in PT, you've got to have a constant revolving client base, because unfortunately, in the fitness world, people give up, people stop, people bullshit you. They will say, "Oh, I'm going to sign up and I'm going to be with you for 2 years." 3 months later, they're giving up, because they haven't got the strength or the endurance or the tenacity to keep going forward in their workout programs. I feel that us as trainers need to start saying to clients, if you sign up with me, you've got to sign for a year. You've got to pay for a year up front so we get you the result. You can't get the result in 3 weeks, 6 months. It takes time to change the human kinesiology and change stinking thinking and faulty brain patterns. So if you are a trainer and you're watching this video, I'm not doing this video to offend you. I'm doing it to wake you the fuck up. The more people that say no to voluntary work and free work, the more we all get paid, and we get paid for what we're worth. But if you're a millionaire or you're very rich and you don't have big bills to pay, then you can afford to do things for free. Or if you live at home, you can afford to do things for free. But if you've got your own car, your own mortgage, your own family to keep, of course you can't go and work in one of these budget shit gyms. Now, the gyms are really, really good. They're very well equipped. I really, really like that. But it's just the way they're treating their staff. That needs to change. And Theresa May has recently said the 0-hour contracts are going to change. People that are doing part-time work are going to get more stuff that they can claim, and people that are trying to work that are doing minimal hours or working for a company, they have to take 1 day sick, and then the agency says, we're not giving you no work because you were sick, when you're entitled to that, is all going to change, which would be for the good for the working people around the UK and around the world. Slave labour was a frowned upon. It was stopped. It looks like it's creeping back in to the fitness industry. So if you are watching this and you're a member of a cheap gym and you're enjoying it, I think you should boycott it and not use the gym until they change their policy on how they treat their staff. Okay, thanks very much. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. The next video will be on Chompy Stone number 1, which I use in my healing practice with my clients. Thanks very much. Bye.